So today we will be making a keto pizza. It's really simple and easy. We're going to use the cheese as a crust. So we're just going to use 2 cups of the Fiesta brand cheese. That's the one I like to use. Sometimes I like to use the mozzarella and cheddar mixed, but this one I use what I had on hand. So I am going to use that Fiesta blend cheese. I'm going to use 2 cups of that, and then I'm also going to add in some garlic powder, which you'll see me add. I eyeball it. I added probably, I want to say maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons of it. Now you're going to also see me add in some oregano as well. Yeah, I had to take the top off. It was only a little bit squeezing through the little holes. And last ingredient I'm going to add into my pizza crust is just 2 eggs. So in making my pizza crust, I also see other people on YouTube. I seen someone on YouTube that actually added a 3rd egg in. I'm not sure if that makes a big difference, but for me, I felt like 2 was just enough. And then I also seen someone who added in like more parsley flakes, as well as onion powder, red hot chili pepper flakes. I didn't see people adding a couple other things, but for my liking and for my flavoring, I felt like the oregano and the garlic was just enough. Especially because I'm feeding it to the kids as well, so I didn't even want anything too spicy. But of course, you can play with it and see what you come up with. So once everything is added in, you're just going to give it a good mix until it's firm. Basically, the eggs is mixed all the way through with the cheese, and it is firm and stiff. So I'm just flipping it over, make sure every egg is all the way through, and it ain't like more yolk on one side than on the other side. So I'm just giving it a good mix, and I'm going to now grab my pizza tray as well as some parchment paper. Now this is where I went wrong. I tried to make it before and it smelled horrible, and it smelled like I was trying to burn down my house. So I had to go back and get parchment paper that actually was not store brand. I bought store brand first, and for some reason store brand parchment paper was just burnt in the oven. It was cheap, and yeah, that's what you get when you're trying to be cheap. So I did have to go back and get the actual Reynolds parchment paper because it worked much better and it did exactly what it was supposed to do. So once you get the right parchment paper, you see I laid a piece of that onto my pizza tray. And then I'm just spreading the cheese out. I like to spread the cheese out evenly into a circle, and I just spread it all around until it's about, I want to say, a 1/2 inch thick to make so that it is a crust that you can pick up and eat. So you just keep spreading and patting it down just so that it's even all the way around and not too thin, because of course you don't want it to just burn. You do want it to actually make a crust. So once that's all finished, I'm going to place it into my oven for 10 minutes. It only needs 10 minutes. Anything longer than that, you're going to start burning the cheese. So you just want it in there for just 10 minutes. So now that it's been 10 minutes, I'm going to pull my crust out of the oven. And as you can see, it's a nice light brown, not crispy brown, not dark brown. We don't want it burnt. We want a crust that we can bite into and enjoy. So it's just a nice light brown. So I'm going to tear another sheet of parchment paper, as I'm just showing it to you guys. But I'm going to tear another sheet of parchment paper as I set that to the side. My son wants to photobomb me. He wants to jump in. So I'm going to grab another sheet of parchment paper and I'm going to lay that down. So I'm laying that down. That's my son saying hello. So I'm laying that down, and I'm going to take the pizza crust and I'm going to pull it off of there. I'm going to flip it over because I think it's easier that way. And I'm going to now add my pizza toppings. Now, With a keto pizza, you can go different types of ways. You can add some green peppers, onions, not too many. You can do a meat lovers. You can add in like some olives. You can add some broccoli. You can go a couple of different ways with your keto pizza. But I did choose to keep it simple because, like I said, I am feeding this to the children, and they might not like all the extravagant toppings on it. So I'm going to stick with just a pepperoni pizza. I'm just going to add my sauce. Spread that around evenly like you would make on any other pizza. We just spread it around, getting it all in there, getting it all around on each side. And then we want to just basically add in some pepperonis and some cheese. Some regular mozzarella cheese and some pepperonis. That's all. So once we finish that, we're just now going to place that crust back in the oven for 10 more minutes. Once it's been 10 minutes and we see that our cheese is bubbling, the pizza is so fresh and hot and yummy and juicy and ready to eat, we're going to pull that out and you are ready to eat. So of course I have kids around me starving and begging for a slice, so I'm going to cut and give them a slice and get them fed and quiet. I apologize for the paper, but I'm going to move it. And it cuts like any other pizza, and you can pull it up like any other pizza. I try to grab it. I'm going to put it down because it's hot. It's just coming out the oven. But of course, the kids is right there, and they like, give me some, give me some. So I had to get a flipper to get it because it is hot. And as you can see, nice pizza crust, nice melted cheese, and it was delicious. Thanks for watching.